SA Agulhas II, South Africa's flagship research ship, is docked at the Cape Town Harbour following World Oceans Day. The vessel is a hub of research on changing weather patterns. It regularly travels to the Antarctica and other parts of the world to conduct studies to support ocean conservation. Over the last 4 days, thousands of people visited the ship and met local scientists. Our reporter Erin Bates is there and joins us now. Erin, a very good afternoon to you. Some exciting discoveries there as there's a lot of attention around this.
Quite right, for not only attention but a lot of public interest in the SA Agulhas II, which has been docked here and through the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment hosting tours. 1,300 people today alone visiting this vessel. Our colleague Ndu and I have had the good pleasure of being able to tour the vessel. It's 9 floors tall. It has a helipad on board, a gym, 2 lounges, one of which is named after Miriam Makeba, and of course a bevy of scientists doing important research on the oceans. So we've seen it in Maxi. Here it is behind me in Mini Mpo, and actually we were right here on this very helipad, the real one, of course. You just get a sense of the scope and scale of the vessel in this model of it. We're now back on land at the exhibition hall, which has been welcoming visitors to this tour. And we're going to be joined now by a member of the department, Daisy Kutsedi. You're an environmental control officer, or officer control. You're going to tell me what on earth that means and what you do.
Hi everyone. So I'm basically doing the environmental management and policy, looking at all the policy that's related to all the islands, Antarctica, Marion Island and Gulf Island. So I recently actually started in this unit. I've previously been involved with marine protected areas and estuarine management within the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment.
And you've worked a lot around estuaries. The wide ocean is a completely different ball game. What's it been like going aboard the SA Agulhas II and traveling?
So I've actually had a chance to go to Marion Island when I was doing marine protected areas, because we know that Prince Edward Island is declared as a marine protected area. So I had the opportunity to go to Marion Island in 2011 to do the management effectiveness tracking tool assessment. We usually do it every 5 years or so. So yeah, it was very interesting to go there. It's freezing. It's, you know, the roaring 40s. But it's an awesome experience. It's a lifetime experience. And, you know, when you're within the department and research institutions, you get the opportunity to go to these islands.
And tell us about interacting with the public over the last 4 days around World Oceans Day and the interest in the vessel.
Yeah, it's been a hectic but interesting 4 days. So we started on Thursday with the school learners, and then on Friday we had the bit of the public. Saturday and Sunday as well. So you have different, you know, people from all walks of life. You know, we've had actually people that went to the islands and became couples actually on the islands, you know. Yeah, so I think I met about 2 couples that were there. And actually today we met someone, a guy that told us about the base in Antarctica, that, you know, he actually advised the government where to put the base, because you can't put it anywhere else. I don't know if you'd be able to see the model.
Let's have a look. You're talking about the base we have a model of right here.
Yes, that's correct. So this is Antarctica. You have a portion of it here. It's situated right at the top of the continent. And so it's, yeah, every now and then it gets maintained, because you can imagine the harsh conditions that we have in the islands. So this guy was telling us, so it used to be situated in the ice shelves, and then he told the South African government to move it a bit backwards. So
fascinating. Yes, and I understand when South African scientists are there in Antarctica, they have 24-hour sunlight during the summer and 24-hour nightlight during the winter.
That's correct, and you can imagine how that messes up with your sleep. Yeah, so we have a team of about 10 people that go to the islands. That would include your diesel mechanic, your electrical engineer, your comms engineer, and then we have, because we have species on the islands, we have seals, we have whales, we have seabirds, so we have marine biologists as well. So we also conduct weather studies there, meteorology, so we have stations specifically for that as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Really interesting to get a sense of what some South African scientists are doing in Antarctica along with those other islands. And there have been some young people who've obviously been attending the tours today. You're one of the youngsters who's come to see the SA Agulhas. Tell me your name.
Adam.
Adam, and you've been aboard the vessel. What was it like?
It was really cool. I liked the lounge area and the cabins.
And did you get to speak to any of the scientists? What did you learn about the work they do on the ship?
We learned that they have this hole in the ship, and then they put these things down, and then they get these things and they check if the water's okay and stuff.
Yeah. And who did you come with today? Are these your friends?
Thomas.
Hi. Hi, Thomas. How is the ship for you?
Fun. I forgot what I really liked.
You can think about it, and you're Keenan, right?
Keelan.
Keelan. Tell me about being on the ship.
I don't know. I mean, it was really fun. I liked the cabins. I mean, there were even TVs in the room. I didn't even have a TV in my room. I liked seeing the scientist guy doing the process on the oxygen in the water. That was also pretty fun.
Yeah. And you've all dressed very warmly for this cold day. Did you remember that thing that you really enjoyed?
The seats are really comfy.
And they're stuck onto the vessel, and they're actually glued down. The seats and the tables are glued down because, of course, when the sea starts getting choppy, you don't want your furniture flying. We were actually up in the real nerve center of this vessel a little earlier today. I got to speak to Captain Sibusiso Mdluli, and I called it the wheel room. And before any of our maritime fans watching get upset, it's called the wheel house, in fact. This is really the nerve center of the SA Agulhas II. It's where they do all the navigating. They keep an eye on the various icebergs that they might be facing as they move down into those very sudden seas on the globe. And really fascinating just to get a sense of the diversity of research that is happening here, and also that's being shared with the public in light of World Oceans Day on Thursday.
Very well, and exciting times out there. Yes, we certainly don't want to hear of furniture flying around, Erin. Let's perhaps leave it there for now.